herself. But I just want to tell you that I have a very special and long association with her of over 10 years. And my main thought about inviting her was there were two reasons. One was because I said, how can we have a conference about children without children? It just doesn't make sense. Nothing about us without us, right? So we have a young person with us. And the other reason I invited her is because she has taught me so much that I know. So it is my pride and privilege to invite Anindita Kumar to have a conversation with me. Well, good morning, Anindita. Sit back, be comfortable. And we decided that today we were going to pretend that you and I are sitting in my room at Umeed and having a conversation like we always do. So, Anindita, how would you like to introduce yourself to all these guys, my friends?
I'm 16. I'm in 10th standard at Vidya Jyoti Special School in Pune. I'm a drummer and I love Bollywood music and dance.
You're a drummer and you love Bollywood music and dance. Go, Anindita. Okay. So, so if I know you pretty well after all these years, but I was just wondering if I were to introduce you to these guys, what would you want them to know about you?
I was not born with cerebral palsy. I acquired it after I was born because I have a congenital heart defect and I was life support for many months. This I've heard through stories from my mother. I began therapy when I was 5 years old. My parents talk about my strong will. They say that compared to other children in the ward, I did not give up. This was something I continued pushing myself, achieving the goals which I will not be able to do. My therapist gifted me a red t-shirt which said can do. That's how I managed to believe that I could do it.
Wow, so she gifted you a red t-shirt that says can do. Okay, so say a little bit more to me about the can do bit. Yeah? Tell me a little bit more about this whole can do thing that you believe in.
This belief that I can do has been very useful, especially at school. I began school at 5 with EIC at Umeed. I was not walking then or speaking clearly. After this, my parents homeschooled me. When I moved to Pune, I joined a mainstream school. Early years, kindergarten up to grade 4, I managed somehow. The school was supportive. I made friends, but as I moved up grades, the studies was increasing and became vast. I had anxiety. Then I shifted to the resource room. There I studied at my own pace, but still I found difficulty to fit in.
Okay. So then after that you moved to Vidya Jyoti, right?
In 7th standard I moved to Vidya Jyoti.
So tell us about that.
In 7th standard I moved to Vidya Jyoti special school. My mother felt that open schooling will be less stressful. Then in that school I coped very well because there were children like me or different, versa than me studying in that school. There my confidence made me achieve my goals, studying well there, but still I made to feel I was not different because there were people like who were struggling a lot.
Okay, okay. And so other than your school, I was curious to know this can-do thing. Other than school, where else has this helped you?
I started doing very well in my both studies and my confidence. I was surprised with myself when I was elected a head girl of my school this year.
Oh!
And I was chosen as a narrator for the annual day. So this coming 2017. Okay. So that's what been the highlight of.
So do you have any other stories about can do other than school stories?
Can do story.
Yeah, so in other ways, like for example,
Can
that
do,
picture
yeah.
over there is telling a story about can do.
Few years ago, I played my first drum concert. There, my teacher told me that I have an emotion connect with music. Recently, I stayed all alone with my 90 years old nana when my parents had to travel. It made me feel independent to stay at home alone, and it made me feel that I can do.
Just you and Nana alone at
Yeah.
home. Wow,
And
good for you.
my aunt came for.
Fantastic. Okay. So, what else who else do you think knows about this can-do spirit of yours? Who else knows that you can do this?
Ananya, my sister, she's 22 years old. She helped me a lot. She has always listened. I would say, don't take tension. She helped me to get over my phobia of sleeping alone. We talk, we share, we fight. She treats me normally. My mother and father also have been there. So I'm my therapist and teachers. Ashwini Didi, my therapist, has told, she has told me that she has worked on my strength and weak areas. And when I complained that I can't do something, she told me that I could do and I will do it.
All right.
Also, also my doctor surgeon is there, so he is a very good and
Is
funny
he here today?
surgeon. And he removed my fears of surgeries and doctors.
Fantastic. So will you share with us, Anindita, some of the times when you felt people haven't understood you, haven't understood the difficulties, haven't understood your strength? What are some of the times?
And I say that they haven't understood, they made to feel I've understood. Like all people put CP in one box, like putting labels like dyscalculia, learning, slow learner, dyslexic. So for me, if I understood my problem, then the people want to put CP in one box. And plus, when I used to go down to play, and I want to join football with them. So the children told that you can't play because you won't be able to play. But I know that I could have told them that I can play and I will play.
All right. And so, one last question for you before you go, because you've shared so much with us. What are your dreams? This is all about dreams, this conference. So I want to hear from you what your dreams are.
Right now I'm trying to think of skills. I want to learn in class 12 because in April I'm going to be done with 10th. My board papers were getting over. But I don't know what I want to do. But I do know that I love being with food, being with people, and doing event organizer. And also detail work makes me feel happy. Like I can do that.
So maybe the next IDPAC can be organized by Anindita? Thank you so much for coming, Anindita, and thanks everyone for listening to us.